The third round in our 12th Thursday Night Thunder campaign brings us to iRacing's Daytona International with a very unlikely front row if you had to bet on it. Aiden Norman in the 6-2 on pole. Elrich George in the 40 outside of row number 1 and about to get the 80-lap shootout underway. Norman with control of the field, and round number 3 comes to the line. We're racing at Daytona. Through 3 and 4, and Aiden Norman, the North Carolinian by way of Seoul, South Korea, leads lap number 1 at Daytona. Aaron Edwards sits behind him trying to win the Thursday Night Thunder Championship that so nearly slipped away out of his grasp, but for the two-time champion Jacob Bradley and the pride of Greensburg, Kentucky. One Briley right now joins in that third position in the all-famous number 3. Josh Gaiman in tow behind that number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet. The West Virginian sits just ahead of Kansas City's Seth Wansing in a paint scheme that won here, except for that number 1 on the side. Well, okay, now some NASCAR historian has to correct me because Jeff Gordon did win the July race here in a paint scheme where if he won the race, everybody in America would get a free 2-liter of some new Pepsi drink that they had come out with. Now, I don't know if that's this billion-dollar paint scheme, but someone out there might know better than me. If you just tuned in, you haven't missed a thing. We're only 3 laps into our 80-lap competition. Thomas Andrews in the chat. Emily Seeger in the chat. And if your favorite driver's out on the track, let us know. Here's a familiar face, but not there, normally sitting next to me. The Georgia Bulldogs fan from Tampa, Florida, by way of Good Hope, Georgia. Ryan Pennell runs in the 8th position. Everybody trying not to lose this draft. It's so important. You can already see Jacob Renneker at the back. He's already lost that draft. He's sitting in 19th. And unless somebody, listen to the engine note, unless somebody comes to help him, he's going to be stuck here for a minute. Thomas Andrews in the chat saying, I thought TNT only got 8 to 9 drivers. Well, right now we've got 24 registered drivers right now. And 4 of them, I think, not starting the race with the rest of the field. Colin McDonough from Trenton, New Jersey's in 21st. He's completed 3 laps and he's out. Jimmy Kerr in a very special number 75 machine. The Snow Camp North Carolinian runs in 21st. We'll talk more about this car in a moment. And behind him, the 2-time TNT champion in another Daytona paint scheme that ran here, the Bobby Labonte Coca-Cola C2 car, on board with Sears. At the front, Josh Gaiman doing his best to stay right in line. still nestled between the 3 and the 1. The 51 of Ryan Lindemann running in the 6th position. Here's another Floridian, just like Ryan Pennell. The Tampa native running in 6th. Cincinnati pilot Ethan Winters runs in that 7th spot. A big blink out of car number 10. Ryan Pennell just behind him. It shakes up the field just a bit. And Chuck Sweeting from Hawthorne, Florida. The Chuckster runs in 9th in an all-black paint scheme. I don't know. Maybe he takes it to the super speedway. He takes all the pretty colors off of it. If you've seen Chuck Sweeting race in Thursday Night Thunder before, normally he races this awesome-looking pink and digital rainbow car. But this week at the super speedway, he's the man in black, where the guy racing the man in black, Riley Wright, runs in 3rd. He's one of a few bluegrass, I say a few, I think 2 bluegrass bandits in this race, the other being Toby Estes in, I'd love to say it, another car that won here at Daytona, the Dale Jr. MLB All-Star car. What was the line from Alan Bestwick? Using lessons learned from his father. What a finish. Tommy Withers from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Switches numbers, switches paint schemes. How about this for a nostalgic ride, the 99? It still says 6. We'll get that fixed, but he is the 99. He's to the inside of Chicagoland winner Matt Seeger. John Honeybrink goes to the inside of Seeger, and another Cincinnati pilot running in this race. He moves up into 14th. Matt Seeger in 15th, almost in threat of losing that draft. One driver who did lose the draft, the Super Speedway sweeper. He won both Daytona and Talladega. And I don't know if that's been done in a season before, but he's certainly done it. Chris Fleming, the Riverhead, New York driver, runs in 17th. And another driver that lost the draft, Nassau's very own Elrich George. The reaction to him getting second was crazy. Everybody was patting him on the back. Everybody showering him with praise. And I think he just fell out of line. Back to the front, though. It's still all Aiden Norman. The only driver to win 3 Thursday Night Thunder championships. And the only driver to win 3 in a row. And as Thomas Andrew says in the chat, the only driver from South Korea. That's exactly right. 11 laps of the scheduled 80 underway at iRacing's Daytona. The Drip Diecast and Collectibles points coming into this race put Aaron Edwards second. I was going to say at the top of the tree. That's not strictly speaking true. Noah Pelville goes to the top of the tree. 97 points to Aaron Edwards, 85. But this is the dice roll. We're going to have 3 of them this season. Daytona, Atlanta, Talladega. 3 drafting tracks where genuinely anybody could win this race. And right now this race is looking like something out of the 80s to the 90s. Single file line, chess. Everybody has to pick out their move. It's almost as if Formula One came to NASCAR, where the move just can't be thrown. You have to calculate it. And everybody's trying to calculate that right now. Ryan Lindemann, you just saw him poking to the outside. Seth Wansing also trying to shuffle in line. Lindemann's asking, who will go with me? And right now, the lime green numbered 51 finds no friends in Seth Wansing. Ethan Winters gives a tap to the Tampa pilot. And the other Tampa driver behind him, Ryan Pennell, just ahead of Chuck Sweeting. Richie Catania starts to look to the outside. Tommy Withers has lost help. And like the clothes on a hot summer day, he has been left out to dry. Hard charger of the race so far goes to Tampa's Ryan Pennell, up 11 places from where he started. Ethan Winters up 10 places from where he started. Aiden Norman started and is in the first position right now with championship contender Aaron Edwards right behind him. The Delta Sport cars in those unified potential sim shop machines running first. 14th in Matt Seeger. And 7th in Ethan Winters. Pennell up 11 places still, and no one's making a move. Thomas Andrews in the chat said it earlier. Make a move, boys. Just needs a push. All it needs is someone. And the issue is that drivers say they can't side draft in the car. So it makes it impossible to pack air on the guy next to you. You cannot slow them down, and it's so much harder to pass without any help. Now, where Aiden Norman sits is that if 2 or 3 drivers behind him decide to get some momentum, Aiden Norman can easily be overtaken. But then Aaron Edwards gives a blink. There's no confidence in the push. And now drivers are essentially stuck. About to complete 15 laps of competition in our 80-lap race. Drivers expected to go between 25 and 30 laps on 1 tank of fuel. And one driver in particular, as this group starts to form, looking at James Kerr III, Jimmy, as I like to call him. Racing for a fantastic cause and with a heavy heart, Jimmy Kerr lost his stepmom, Teresa, recently, and he's chosen to honor her memory with a lovely picture on the hood of his Interstate Batteries Ford. And in loving memory of Teresa, he's going to race on with a really touching tribute and the support of everybody in our group, in our Discord chat that we enjoy. Everyone has given nothing but love and support and just an unconditional outpour of emotion for Jimmy, for his family. And it's moments like this where really the racing takes a pause. He's not just a member of Thursday Night Thunder, but what we call ARCs, which is our racing community as a whole, where we have a ton of series. And I've likened it to our bowling leagues, our league nights, our poker nights, whatever. Just the guys and gals will gather, we'll race, we'll, chat shit, have a good time, enjoy ourselves. And the community takes a pause for moments like these. And it helps you get some perspective, and it really is a grounding feeling, a sobering feeling, but a great time for us to pull together as a community. And as much as we love to pick on each other and joke with each other, we really do love each other. And for what it's worth, this racing family of ours does mean a lot. Aiden Norman leads the pack, and now we have a problem. Drivers are losing the draft. Attrition starts to set in, and now it becomes a game of who can survive. There you see the break, and it's with Central Florida's Ricardo Catania, the number 24, up 8 places from where he started. He sits in 10th. He leads the line from 10th back to Tommy Withers in 15th. Meanwhile, Chuck Sweeting sits on the end of this line, the 57 car, in 9th, all the way to Aiden Norman in 1st. Those drivers, 3/4 of a second apart. It's then 1.5 seconds from Chuck Sweeting back to Richie Catania. There's your points leader running in 11th. He's 2.5 seconds off of the lead, only 8 points to his name. And as it stands, if the race ends right now, Aaron Edwards would head into next week's race at Montreal with the points lead. You heard me correctly. Round 4 of Thursday Night Thunder goes to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, the Canadian GP. It'll be the first time Thursday Night Thunder has run there. I'm super excited. I only wish we could run it in the rain, but it's going to be an awesome race regardless. And some GT3 racing between now and then as well. Bandit GT3, our Rick James TV first ever GT3 series, is going to kick off Monday night. Because we can. Because why not? So we'll see how some GT3 racing goes down. And you can hear the smile on my face. I'm so excited for next week at Montreal. 21 laps into this race. Pit stops on the horizon. This could be a great game changer as well. And this could be a decider when the draft is so important. 9 cars are in one pack. And here come the rest, though. Richie Catania is now within 1 second. So we could have ourselves a big train, 15 drivers long. Elridge George runs in the 21st position. Chris Fleming in that 22nd spot right behind him. Norman has led every lap so far. And now the question, when does he come in? Who comes with him? And who has the best pit strategy? Because without an effective pit strategy, you can effectively throw your whole race away. Seeger right now runs in 12th. Matt Vorndren in 13th. Behind him, Toby Estes in 14th. Tommy Withers has lost the draft. What happened to the 99? Earlier than this, he still lost the draft. I don't know if it's a huge blink from the double 9, but this is still on lap 22, so I'm not sure if he just got loose, lost control of what happened. There's Withers, and Chris Fleming now, not Chris Fleming, I'm sorry, Colin McDonough coming into the pits with huge damage on the front of his 39. When did this happen? This is on lap number 6. Remember, Colin didn't necessarily start with the rest of the group. So he's coming back down into the pits. What, 12 laps off the pace? If you just tuned in, we've been caution-free in this third Thursday Night Thunder race. Drip Die Cast brings us 80 laps at Daytona. And if you've never heard of Drip Diecast, and this must be your first ever Rick James TV race, because it's all I talk about. But they have kept us going for 12 seasons, and here's to the next 12. But if you like any of the paint schemes that you see here, check out Drip Diecast. Dale Earnhardt over here, the Jeff Gordon car over here. We've got drivers coming into the pits. Our sponsors have to wait. Josh Gaiman, Aiden Norman leading the charge into the pits, and hopefully nobody gets a speeding penalty because it will be the end of your race if we stay green. Defending winner of this Daytona event, Ryan Pennell, comes down to a halt. Aiden Norman also comes down to a halt. Aaron Edwards leads. And this is the first lead change. 26 laps into this race. Two great seasons to win a championship, both of them thwarted by Jacob Bradley, one of the winningest drivers in TNT. He feels that this really is his turn. It's his chance to win that coveted Thursday Night Thunder championship. Plenty of drivers trying to get in his way, notably the 41 of Noah Belleville, who is exiting the pits now. He sits in the 8th position. Aaron Edwards. Leading, but blinking. The top 6 have not pitted. Matt Vorndren on his way out of the pits. Aiden Norman is still in the pits. Did he speed? He's still just being held, but I'm not sure if he came down a second time or if he sped. Here comes the rest of the field. Aaron Edwards, Briley Wright, Seth Wansing, Ethan Winters, Chuck Sweeting all make it down without any incident whatsoever. Chuck comes to a halt. Aiden Norman still motionless in the pits. And if they release him after 60 seconds, you know it was a penalty, and we really hope that's not the case. There goes everybody else around Aiden Norman. And the Air Force driver of that 62. Not going anywhere. 60 seconds ticks on. Aiden doesn't move. Tanner Lockhart in the house cheering for Matt Seeger, who finds himself in the 16th position. The Georgian. And not in the 16th position. He's in the 16 car in the 7th position. Y'all knew what I meant. Aaron Edwards leading this race. Ethan Winters behind him. Seth Wansing trying to hang on to the draft, but it doesn't matter whether he does or not because there's a huge train of drivers trying to overtake them, and it's Noah Belleville with a bumper full of Matt Seeger. Three wide now, everyone trying to avoid Elrich George and Seth Wansing on the inside and outside of the track. Matt Seeger trying to get right in front of Ethan Winters coming out of turn number 4. And as I like to call them, the Power Rangers are nose to tail. The 15 of Aaron Edwards, the 16 of Matt Seeger, the 10 of Ethan Winters in the unified potential cars. Let's see what they can do now that they're all hooked up and to the front. Noah Belleville from DeSoto, Missouri leads this race. Steph joins us and unfortunately finds out that Colin McDonough is out of this race. Started in the top 10, only made it 14 laps. Yeah, Steph, I'm sorry. Although technically, he's still motionless in the pits, not going anywhere. So I don't know if he wrecked the car twice and he's just waiting for the repairs to be complete, but he's not out of the race. Tanner Lockhart says, I just tuned in. Are they going to need another pit stop, or is it a one-stop race? Oh, they will need another pit stop. Drivers making it from 25 to 27 laps. Not a lot of variety. Chris Fleming about to go a lap down in car 38. Definitely not out of this race. And there they go, Toby Estes, Ryan Lindemann. Will they make it this time? World-class camera work, and now they crash out of turn number 3. Caution's going to come out, and it started with the 51. It ended with the couple other drivers. And now, Tanner, you raise a fantastic question. Because presumably everybody's going to come down for tires, fuel. And you remember when I said Chris Fleming went a lap down and he's still in this race? I think he just got the lucky dog as soon as he went a lap down, but he's been involved in this wreck as well. Car 38 does not look good from the front. Oh yeah, that bumper is about to slide right off. All right, let's see what happened that brought out the caution. And my frantic button clicking missed all of it. Well, 3 wide is what happened here, and Ryan Lindemann is going to come up back onto the track at one point, and that's exactly what happened. Lindemann comes up. You just saw it at the back there. Ryan Lindemann comes up, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go because he's moving at speed. Wheels pointed to the left, wheels pointed to the left. He comes up onto the track, nowhere for Ethan Winters. Elrich George, he started in second. Chris Fleming's also been involved. Let's go on board with Lindo. So I think Matt Seeger tries to go into that hole where Toby Estes is about to occupy the space. Watch this. Slow it down. We're going to find right here. I think Toby Estes in the 8, Matt Seeger in the 16. They're both about to go for the gap left by the 41 car. And this is where the contact is made. Lindemann's going to come up onto the track. And it's no good. Let's go on board with Matt Seeger. He was very nearly a piece of this. That's how very nearly he was a piece of this. So Chris Fleming in the 38. He's in 21st. Still has the damage on the front of the car. Aaron Edwards in control of the field so far. Briley Wright sits behind him. I think this is going to be a great time to fix up anything we might have to fix. Actually, if you just tuned in, you haven't missed a thing. We'll stay put right here. Let's see if we can bother Aaron Edwards. Hey, Aaron, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
10-4. Got you.
1 to green. The points leader has an 8-point margin coming into this event, and what was a single file train quickly went into 3 wide, and all hell broke loose. Now you sit in the lead with a chance to potentially win this race, but we know you can't make it on fuel from here. So what's the strategy? Is it still going to be single file racing from here, or have we now seen the light and want to go 3 wide?
I think what we've seen is that I'm pretty sure we can make it on one more stop here. So if you go all out, you should be okay. You're not going to run out of gas or anything. So it's going to be, might be a little bit more exciting up to this point. I think partially that single file action because we were trying to hit a certain fuel number. But I feel like now that we've had the caution, everyone's come in and topped off. We're going to be okay. You might see some more action here. Hopefully the other guys realize it though. Want to hold this lead.
All right, we're going to let you get back to work. Have fun and keep it in one piece.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Aaron's call when to start the party again. Briley Wright will start to his outside in car number 3. Noah Belleville seeking a second Thursday Night Thunder Championship. Has Seth Wansing to his outside. Aaron Edwards wants his first. Matt Seeger just wants another win. We'll see who's got what it takes. We'll have, some laps to go? 47, I think, because I can't do any math. Aaron Edwards has control of the field. Good luck to all of them. Let's see if they make it in one piece. Green flag will come out, and we're about to go racing again. Aaron Edwards leads that first lap after restart. Briley Wright on the outside now has Seth Wansing pushing him along. Here comes the 41 of Noah Belleville, now with the 61 of Josh Gaiman behind him. Matt Seeger on the outside line. 2x2, 10 rows deep almost? And drivers now just trying to hold on and see who's got what it takes to win the rest of this race. They do have to pit again. Drivers are going to go approximately 27 laps on a tank of fuel. They pitted on lap 32. Quick math will tell you we're good till about lap 57, but of course we need to take caution laps into account. Let's say we're good until lap 60. That still leaves 20 more laps that they have to do. Edwards in the 15 continues to lead. Let's go on board. So much for continues to lead. Aaron Edwards now shuffled down to the 4th position. Briley right to the front. Car number 3 leads at Daytona. And they're crashing behind him, the 41, the 51. Caution is going to come out at Daytona. Briley Wright, Seth Wansing, Aaron Edwards, Matt Seeger, Josh Gaiman. The pace truck files out. You saw the 41, the points leader, take a big hit. He went for a big spin. But for the most part, he actually looks okay. Well, now, okay, the back end's tore up. Never mind. Let's go back so we can see exactly what happened to Noah Belleville. Noah Belleville moving at a pretty good clip. I can't tell if he's really upset, if he wants to have some words. Let's go back and see what happened to the 41. This is on the backstretch. Jacob Renneker's already gotten out of line. Briley Wright's about to cut right in front of the 15 and take the lead. Seth Wansing just sneaks in here. Josh Gaiman gets right behind the 41. Looks like Ryan Lindemann had a piece of that as well. So we can find out what happened to Lindo. This will be 2 crashes he's been involved in. 51 on the outside. Does he get love from the 99? He does indeed. Have another look. Yeah, there's the love right there. The 99 of Tommy Withers just gets into the 5-1 one more time. Matter of fact, let's go on board with Lindemann. And that brings out the second caution of the evening. Everybody's coming down into the pits except Aaron Edwards. He stays out front. We'll see just what kind of dividends that pays off. And Tommy in the chat, championship implications indeed. All right, we're going to fix up a couple of things. We're going to keep on moving, though. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take, a 60-second break. That'll turn off the pre-roll ads for a good while, and we'll keep it moving. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to grab myself a Coke. You should do the same. We'll be back in 60 seconds. With the lead in this race and a chance to get a little bit of extra fuel and no tires, Aaron Edwards stays behind. Let's see if we can find out why. Aaron Edwards, Rick James in the house. What's the reason for staying out?
I don't know. I figured I'd have a couple people come with me, but I guess they want more fuel. I don't know. They got to do the opposite of me to win, so.
Well, let's ask one of those guys. Briley Wright, we just brought you in. You stayed in. Aaron Edwards stays out. Is it just as simple as doing the opposite of the leader?
Well, I believe that I was the leader whenever we came into pit road there. But no, I need to make sure I got as much gas in this thing as possible. That's what it's probably going to come down to here at the end. I don't really like the way that we're having a race right now with the way that the fuel and everything is, but just going to do everything I can to stay up front and be there on the last lap.
We'll let you boys get back to work. Have fun. Aaron Edwards with control of the field in car number 15, Briley Wright. To the starboard side of the 1-5. 40 laps about to be complete. Halfway, isn't it? So 40 down, 40 to go. Edwards with another chance. Green flag is out at Daytona. Let's go racing. Aaron Edwards looks like he got too much of a shove from Matt Seeger. Briley Wright, with help from Seth Wansing, goes to the front, but now right to the inside. Wansing to his outside, and I think they're trying to keep the Delta Sport drivers apart. The Power Rangers split into two lines. Aaron Edwards in the 15, Matt Seeger behind him, Ethan Winters on the outside, Josh Gaiman behind him in the 6-1 car. Let's go on board with the 61. Drivers struggling to stay in two lines. Ryan Lindemann in the 5-1 sits to the inside of Gaiman in the 6-1. Cincinnati's John Honeybrink runs in the 8th position with Ethan Winters behind him. In front, I'm sorry. Chris Fleming, who's won a couple of Thursday Night Thunder races with no challenge on the last lap. Both of his wins came at a time when everybody behind him had crashed, and Chris won by himself. Jacob Renneker slots behind car 38. Ahead of him, Matt Vorndren in the 88. At the front, still 2x2, 5 rows deep. Ethan Winters leads the line on the outside. There goes the 15 of Aaron Edwards. He wants to pull his teammate with him. Edwards can't go back down low. He's stuck on the outside, and that's how quickly the draft takes effect. Seth Wansing leads the Chevrolets on the inside, but one of the Delta Sport drivers follows the 1 and the 3. It's Georgia's Matt Seeger in the red car, Ethan Winters in the cyan car, and the 15 of Aaron Edwards in the purple car. Edwards trying to get some sort of run, some sort of push. Seth Wansing now coming up behind the 39 of Colin McDonough. Trenton, New Jersey's Colin McDonough rejoining the fold. He goes high, he's up along the wall, he's going to stay glued to the wall while everybody else goes around him. And they all make it through. And hats off to Colin, because he did not have to continue scraping along the wall, but he did so for the sake of making sure nobody else would get into him. Matt Vorndren went purple, 47-30, and it's another crash. The 61 of Josh Gaiman's involved. Tom Sears is involved. I think Dale Markowski got a piece of this one as well. Third caution. And soon as the first one came out, then they just started replicating cautions all over the place. And there's Youngstown's Dale Markowski. Let's see what happened to Tom Sears in the 18. It's the 61 of Josh Gaiman. Looks like he was involved again. And the ass end of the 18 coming off. Let's see again what happened to Sears. And it starts way before this. We'll need to go back. As Tanner Lockhart says in the chat, cautions breed cautions. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened to Josh Gaiman. Run this back because it looks like he might have gotten help from the 75 of Jimmy Kerr. I think that's exactly what happened. Gaiman goes high. Kerr comes up behind him. Oh, and a blink from the 10 as well. So Gaiman checks up after a big blink from Ethan Winters. Have another look. Yeah, huge blink from that Cyan number 10. Gaiman hits him, then checks up, then the 75 gets up behind him. Gaiman goes for a spill. Noah Belleville also goes for a spin. Luckily, this time he doesn't hit anything, but while he's fighting for his championship life, it's a very good thing he didn't hit anything. All right, so the lights are still out on top of the caution truck. We're going to stay with you here. We're not going to go anywhere. If you have a favorite driver that's out on this track, pop it in the chat. Even if it's your first Thursday Night Thunder race, I don't care. If you have a favorite driver, let's hear it. We need to fix this replay cover that we've got here because it should say Drip Diecast and Collectibles, and it says SDK Racing. Don't want to seem ungrateful. I love my software. However, I would like it to say Drip Diecast and Collectibles, and I don't think I'm going to get that privilege this time around, and that's unfortunate. Let's try something else. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, and there we are. Through the magic of very poorly produced television, I think we have our replay back where it needs to be. And yes, we do. It says Drip Diecast. Wonderful. It is important, very important that it says Drip Diecast. They're the #1 store online for any sort of NASCAR memorabilia and more. If you recognize any of these paint schemes, if you want to own one of these paint schemes, chances are you'll be able to find one of these cars somewhere on Drip Diecast. Check them out on eBay. They're your #1 store for all sorts of NASCAR memorabilia and more. Drip Diecasts on eBay. They've kept us going for 12 seasons. Couldn't do it without them. And you. Just check out what they've got, just for the fun of it. See if they got something for you. Monday night, the GT3 cars will be at Watkins Glen. First time we'll be broadcasting GT3s on Rick James TV. I'm excited for that, too. I do love sports car racing. And who doesn't love Watkins Glen, right? Maybe we'll throw some rain in the mix, because I love rain. So we'll see what happens Monday night, 8:40, same time as Thursday Night Thunder. course, all of it brought to you by Drip Diecast and Collectibles. And then next Thursday night, round 4 of TNT at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That's going to be awesome. In 12 seasons, we've never run a race before at Montreal, and this is our first chance to see what we can do. TNT round 4 next Thursday from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But before we get there, we have 32 more laps to run. See if we can run all of them green. We went, caution-free for 30-some laps. And then between lap 30-some and now, lap 49, we've had 3 cautions. Gonna run out of Diet Cokes. Here's an insane thought, by the way. It has nothing to do with racing, but it's because I've been drinking a whole truckload of Diet Coke lately. Is Diet Coke one of the most popular drinks out there? I know, there's Coca-Cola, Pepsi's popular the worldwide, but in terms of soft drinks, it seems like Diet Coke has really been on a kick these last few years. I even saw a t-shirt the other day that said, "Pass me a fridge cig," and it had Diet Cokes on it. That's hilarious. Almost like Diet Cokes actually are the new cigarette because everybody has one. Who knows? We can talk more about Diet Cokes and cigarettes after the race is over. Let's finish this race, shall we? 31 laps to go, 32 laps to go. I never promised to be a good math magician. Anyway, let's keep racing. Aaron Edwards with control of the field. His teammate to his outside. Green flag is out at Daytona. Getting squirrely back there. Ryan Pennell losing a little bit of the control in his Mobil 1 Ford. He sits just behind John Honeybrink with a bumper full of Jacob Renneker on the outside line. It's being led by Aaron Edwards in the 15. It's got the 61 of Josh Gaiman all the way at the back. Dale Markowski trying to catch the draft. There's your link for Drip Diecast, by the way. I will talk about them ad nauseum. They really are the reason we're here. Check them out on eBay. Seth Wansing, is he missing the front of his race car? He's made contact with Lindemann, heavy contact. What's going on here? Gaiman's going to make it 3 wide. Lindemann's in the middle. Everybody clenches and takes a collective deep breath. They survive for now. Single file all at the front. Lindemann and Gaiman trapped on the outside. How far will they make it? It's 28 to go next time by. Edwards out front with Florida's Richie Catania tucked behind him. Catania to the high side. Is he looking for friends? He will find none. The Power Rangers back together. 15, 16, 10 running. 1, 2, 3. Thomas Andrews in the chat says, go get it, Richie. He's going to have to get some new friends. One car looks like he might give him space, but no. Briley Wright says, don't let him in. Richie Catania will sneak his way in, and they finally might get something back. But remember, the last time these packs split apart, Richie Catania was at the head of pack number 2, and they caught back up. Wansing with no front end. He currently runs in 6th. And I think I've lost audio. Okay, well, that's not supposed to happen. See if we can get this worked out. Chad, let me know if you guys have also lost any sort of sound, because I can no longer hear these race cars. Aaron Edwards is at the front. Single file, I think 15, 16 cars deep. This is a perfect time to see if we can get this fixed up. All right, well, we got the sound back, and we almost lost the entire race. Hopefully my computer doesn't explode again. If it's not one thing, it's another. What do I always say? It's not a Rick James broadcast. If at least one thing doesn't go wrong, that's okay. Back to the racing. Aaron Edwards leads. Look at that, single file all the way back to Toby Estes in the 21st position. Let's go on board with the 8. And there's another crash. Huge check up there. Caution's going to fly for the 4th time tonight. Seth Wansing's been involved. Yellow flag finally flies after the caution at Daytona. Tommy Withers, did he get through it? He did make it through. And you see what happens when I decide to mess with... I lose audio. I lost the screen, and then the cars crashed. Unbelievable, right? All right, Ryan Lindemann's been involved in this one, unfortunately, and the Tampa pilot just can't catch a break. Watch this. Oh, he almost made it. I think that's netcode with Dale Markowski. Let's go to the blimp. No, oh, they definitely made contact. And Tom Sears minding his own business. He takes Ryan Lindemann right to the side. Let's go on board with Sears. John Honeybrink with no front end. Briley Wright, he caught a lot of this one. Run this back because it looks like bump drafting might have been the cause. Everybody checked up super hard right here. Oh yeah, huge checkup. You saw the 24 back up. Everybody backed up on this one. See if we can go back and find out. It might have started with Ethan Winters. There's the 10 car here. And I'm willing to bet a blink might have caused everybody to check up. Jimmy Kerr sits in 4th in the 75. Ethan Winters in the 10 might have a huge checkup right here. Just everybody's going to take a breath. And Aaron Edwards, who's supposedly at the front of this race, is not even within view. And that's exactly what happens. Everybody has to take a breath. Everybody has to pause. Cars go flying everywhere. Aiden Norman survives. Seth Wanting, who had no front end to begin with, he may not have another fast repair. Oh, and it's good to see our sponsor back on our replay covers again. Tommy Withers going to try and make it down into the pits. Tom Sears in the 18. He wants a piece of pit road as well. Noah Belleville coming to a halt. Did he get caught in that crash? We can go back and have a look. Luckily, he didn't catch a thing. Check this out. Without a scratch. Belleville still in control. So Josh Gayman's at the front in the number 61. Aaron Edwards sits behind him. He's no stranger to victory lane. But on the road courses, not a win yet for Gayman. On an oval track in TNT. Let's see what his chances are. Josh Gayman, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, all of West Virginia on your back. We're going to have around 20 laps to go, and tell me what's going on here. There you go. I was going to say, you were the leader, and now you're going to be end of the line here. Anyway, I was just saying you're no stranger to victory lane, but now your job just got a lot harder. How difficult is it to pass with these cars?
It's pretty much impossible. There's nothing you can really do unless you've got double the cars on the outside.
Well, we're going to let you get...
It's just... I don't know.
We're going to let you get creative and get back to work. Have fun.
Yep.
Fort Valley, Georgia's Matt Seeger. He's going to be starting in first. Unless he's just out of position. Let's find out what he plans to do to win this one. Matt Seeger, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
I was saying that you were going to start first, but being that you're on the outside, it looks like you're now starting in the second position with your unified potential compadre, Aaron Edwards, having control of the field. So Josh Gayman says it's impossible to pass. The cautions have been crazy from the second half onward. What's been the difference between the first stint where nobody crashed and after the pit stops, everybody wants to crash?
I think first and foremost, it was the fuel saving the first run. Everybody kind of wanted to make their number. And it was just a difference in, I guess, strategies. That's kind of why that happened. And then now everybody's trying to, they think that they have to go now. Obviously, because, you never know when, it could be the last yellow. So you have to go as soon as possible and try and make as much as you can up. But this car makes it really tough. It's really hard to pass in this car if you don't, do the little things right. I think we did the little things right. We made up track position from the back, and we're in a position. We got a shot to win. That's all I can ask for.
All right, buddy, we're going to let you focus for the restart. Have fun.
Thank you, sir.
You know Emily's watching somewhere. She loves to cheer on her brother. We'll see how this one works out for everybody involved. All right, let's go ahead and get this one worked out here. By the way, if I sound quiet, will someone tell me in the chat? I just looked at my messages for the first time since the green flag flew, and I think like 20 minutes ago, or maybe close to an hour ago, Colin McDonough told me, everyone says you're very quiet, and I had no idea. So I apologize if that's been the case. Green flag is out. We've got 20 laps to go. Let's try and bring this one home. Cautions out. Again, they continue to crash behind them. And this time it looks like it's Colin McDonough and 5 cautions in this race. Let's see what happens this time. Well, and by the time Colin McDonough even just comes back into existence, Colin McDonough just comes out of nowhere. Emily confirming. I'm always quiet. She's got to have the TV at volume 40. All right, well, damn. Let's get this fixed. Again, Colin McDonough just nowhere to be found. And there's Aiden Norman, Richie Catania just coming back into the fold. What happens at this point where they all just disappear? I think like 3-4 drivers just came out of view and then they come back into existence. Ryan Pinnell getting into the 24. Here's Tom Sears with nowhere to go. Aiden Norman comes back to life. Tom Sears skidding somewhere along the racetrack. Toby Estes, who had nothing to do with anybody, just disappearing. This might be more my problem than theirs, to be honest. Yeah, it definitely is more my problem when when the pace truck just comes back into view. All right, let's see if I have an issue drawing all the cars here. Something's going on. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? So Edwards, Seeger, 1-2. We haven't talked to the third of our Delta Sport drivers. That'd be Ethan Winters in the 1-0. Ethan Winters, Rick James up top. Can you hear me? Ethan, Rick James, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, for one, trying to fix my volume here because, while I don't want to be the quietest person in the world, I also don't want to be blowing the speakers out of the 6 people that tune in to watch. Anyway, you're sitting in third right now. We're inside 20 laps here. Cautions all over the place. Is there an issue with drivers just getting comfortable? Because on my screen, 3 drivers just disappeared. So I have no idea if we're having internet connection issues or it's just the cars in general.
I think it's a combination of both. I do know that iRacing's been having some problems. We have a lot of people dropping packet loss and just a lot of things going on in terms of connection and quality issues. But I think on top of that, you just have a lot of people that are really afraid to be on the top, and they will try and get to the bottom at all costs because the top is just I don't know how viable it is. So you just you got a lot of people that are fighting to get in the spot that they want, and when you add connection issues to that, it just complicates it.
All right. Well, we'll try and keep this in one piece, but definitely 5 cautions is not what we're used to in Thursday Night Thunder. We're going green, not this time by, but next time by. You've got the championship leader right behind you at a time where Noah Belleville was thought to be out of this race. Now, with Aaron Edwards in the fight, only 8 markers behind, and Noah Belleville in your mirror, is it more about helping Aaron maximize points, or is it all about the win for you?
I mean, I obviously, we don't team race in this league, and I want to win 100%. Hell, I've turned my teammate to win one of these, or not teammate, but one of my friends to win one of these. So it just comes down to, I think I'm viable to win the championship as well. So I got to put myself in the best situation to where not only I put myself in position to succeed, but maybe a couple people around me that I think will help me as well.
All right, man. You look good from up here. Hopefully we make it green from here to the end. You have fun.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And I sincerely mean, I hope we make it green from here to the end. All right. So, we're going to have 16 laps to go, I think, something like that. Aaron Edwards will call it once again. Hopefully we can at least make a couple of laps, and we'll figure something out. Time to grab one more cold beverage. I'm not going anywhere. By the time the cars come into turn number 3, I'll be right back with a nice cold Diet Coke. Y'all do the same, and hopefully we can endure these last few laps together. Seeger on the outside, Aaron Edwards on the inside. Round 3 coming to a close. But how much longer? That's the question. How much longer? Will they stay 2x2? Will they survive the whole way? 64 laps about to be complete. 16 remain for us to get this race done. And don't forget, we have 3 overtime attempts. Aaron Edwards and Matt Seeger on the front row. Green flag comes out. Let's bring it home. So far, so good with the points leader. Noah Belleville on the outside and the Delta Sport drivers running 1, 2, 3 on the inside. Matt Seeger leading, Aaron Edwards in second, and he's got Ethan Winters behind him. 15 to go. Car 15. Aaron Edwards has the championship on his mind. Only 3 rounds into this race. Already looking for daylight on the outside of car 16. Here comes Belleville in car 41. Briley Wright and Ryan Pennell behind him. Pennell, the defending winner of this race with a damaged Mobil 1 Ford. Pennell getting squirrely back there again. Seth Wansing used a fast repair. He sits in the number 1 DuPont Chevrolet behind car number 3. Noah Belleville leads the line on the outside, but they need more momentum than this. Jacob Renneker finds himself in the 4th position with the tribute car. Jimmy Kerr sitting 5th in line. Lindemann behind Kerr. Lucky number 13 laps to go this time by Cody Pennell. A multiple Thursday Night Thunder race winner in the chat says he ran the race trends and it ain't looking good. Fingers crossed. Ryan's cousin, for those that know. And that outside line got shoved all the way to the back. Noah Belleville was in contention for the lead. He finds himself in 9th with Chuck Sweeting behind him. Single file, 8 cars deep, Dale Markowski. The last car without any competition. The last Dirty Dozen at Daytona. Matt Seeger still in control. How long will a single file train last? Everybody wants to win, but they've got to make it in one piece. Single file, now 12 cars deep. And Toby Estes now cuts into line. It's single file all the way back. Who's going to be brave? The two cars at the back, Aiden Norman and Tommy Withers. Well, and there's Chuck Sweeting. Is that Chuck Sweeting? No, that's Colin McDonough. Colin McDonough finds himself in 23rd, some 10-some laps off of the lead here. And it's 11 laps remaining now. Matt Seeger still leads Aaron Edwards and Ethan Winters. Who's moving at the back? It looks like Seth Wansing trying to get some motion going, but he just doesn't have help. Tom Sears left to dry on the outside. Did he catch damage? The Massachusetts pilot with a messed up car. He might even be overtaken by Aiden Norman and Tommy Withers at the back. Matt Seeger still leading the charge. 1:0 to go, and then it's 9 at the line. Everybody last pitted on lap 59. Barring a green-white checker, we should make it to the end just fine. But now the question that everybody knows, who's going to make the move first? Who's going to make that next move? Who's going to be brave? Already some cars moving at the back. Ryan Pennell, look at that. Noah Belleville, Briley Wright, Ryan Pennell, Chris Fleming says, I want to play too. The 38 car. On the outside, he gets ahead of Belleville. There's the 3 of Briley Wright. Ryan Pennell also wants a piece of this. But they've got to get in formation. They've got to line up nice and tight or the leaders will run away. It's about the organization of your line. Matt Seeger right now sits 1 full second ahead of Noah Belleville. Fleming ducks to the inside. Riley Wright doesn't know where to push. Chris Fleming isn't going to get left behind in the lurch. He wants a piece of that top pack. Matt Seeger loves what he sees behind him, but he's got some very desperate, unified potential teammates behind him. Seven more circuits remain the next time they cross the stripe. Jimmy Kerr III just went purple, 47-24 in that very special paint scheme honoring his late stepmother. The entire Thursday Night Thunder community and the ARCS community as a whole has rallied around Jim in these last 2 days. We send our love to that entire family, and we're thinking about you. Matt Seeger, with 7 to go, wants his second Thursday Night Thunder win. Aaron Edwards behind him and Ethan Winters running in third with Jacob Renneker just in the distance. And this is not a strange position for Renneker to be in. He has run plenty of top 5 races before, never sealed the deal. Tampa's Ryan Lindemann wants to run the outside. He's got no help. John Honeybrink will stay to the outside. Briefly 3 wide as Josh Gaiman, Matt Vorndren, and now Noah Belleville will tuck in behind. 6 laps to go, and the points leader, Belleville, finds himself in 11th with a huge lack of help. But in the next couple of laps, it could all get very chaotic. Six to go. Now we've got some motion. Here comes the 75 on the outside. Who's going to be his friend? Winters in the 10. Edwards in the 15. 5, More circuits at Daytona. Noah Belleville still trying to get the outside going, but the help will not organize behind him. Each attempt is useless if nobody goes with him. There goes Briley Wright. He will help the 41 car. Gaiman will not move. Now goes Gaiman. They need more. They won't get more. Belleville stays committed to the outside. Chris Fleming now ducks to the outside. Chuck Sweeting can't join them. Desperate move, trying to get enough momentum to get those cars to work. 41 will push the 38. 3 and the 6-1 will push the 41. If Chuck Sweeting can join them, they can make motion. Here comes Ryan Lindemann behind them now. And like Cody Pennell just said in the chat, it's about to get busy. 4 laps to go. Delta Sport getting unorganized. Tom Sears on the outside. Will he play spoiler? Will he allow some draft? Josh Gaiman now shooting to the outside and trying to pull the outside line with him. Briley Wright tucked on the inside. Still not enough motion. There goes Edwards to the outside, and Ethan Winters doesn't move from that yellow line. 3 left when they cross the stripe. We have 3 green-white checkered attempts at our disposal. 7.5 miles to victory. Gaiman in the 6-1 now on the outside. Fleming, Belleville is there, but they don't have the momentum. Briley Wright behind the 57. Richie's in the chat. He says, who's going to make the move? It's almost go time. 5 miles left when they cross the stripe. Jimmy Kerr to the outside in the 75. Dale Markowski will not go with him. This is where the move can be made. Right here, where Kerr sits in that 75. Renneker, if Renneker can go with him, he can also make the move. If someone goes with Jimmy Kerr, they can make the move. Kerr to the inside, he's not going to go anywhere there. 51 of Lindemann, he needs help. No one will go with him. There's 4 cars that will not move at the front, and Matt Seeger leads them all. If Kerr, Markowski, and everybody else behind them gets going to the outside, they can overtake and turn this race on its head. Kerr needs help. Markowski won't go. Big flag this time. It'll be a race no matter what. Edwards goes to the outside, but who's going to move with him? Will it be a Chris Fleming finish where everybody crashes behind the leaders? Ethan Winters will get a run into turn number 1. Jacob Renneker looks to the inside. Kerr makes his move. Markowski won't go. He turns Kerr. Fleming takes advantage. Kerr in the air, and it's over from there. Now it's going to be the top 6 to settle it. Matt Seeger looking for his second win. Aaron Edwards behind him. Ethan Winters running in third, but they just can't make that move. Edwards needs to slingshot, but he's got to find the time. Winters now hanging back in third. He won't be able to draft enough. It will be a drag race between the top 2 to win. Seeger in the 16, Edwards in the 15 to cross the stripe and win it at Daytona. Matt Seeger finishes second to Aaron Edwards by 1/100th of a second. 3 1/1000ths unofficially. 3 1/1000ths of a second in the bottom right hand corner. One more look. Slow this one down, and this is what 3 1/1000ths of a second looks like at the stripe. What a finish. Jimmy Kerr hanging everything out there, going for that win. He just needed a push, and at the very end, he got the push he wasn't looking for. Aaron Edwards with another Thursday Night Thunder victory. Let's go to the white flag and check this one out. And keep an eye on car 75, JK3, Jimmy Kerr III. He's going to go to the outside, and Dale Markowski could go with him, but Dale will go to the inside, and they make contact. And this is where it all goes crazy for the 6-1, the 33, and I'm not sure what Josh Gaiman was trying here. Let's go on board with Josh Gaiman. Watch this. One more time, check this out. And one more look at the checkered flag finish. Matt Seeger with Aaron Edwards to his outside, 3/1000ths of a second was the difference. Tanner Lockhart saying, Matt Seeger's too nice. Should have put him to the wall. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles there. So hold tight. We're not going anywhere. We're going to talk to our top three, the Delta Sport drivers, the Power Rangers. They do it again. Aaron Edwards, Matt Seeger, Ethan Winters, 1, 2, 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute. On the podium with our top three after a finish by 3/1000ths of a second decides just about everything that we fought for tonight. Let's talk to our bronze medalist tonight, one of our Delta Sport Unified potential drivers, and Ethan Winters. Ethan, you did it for Ohio, you did it for your team, and you come home with a bronze medal. Talk about that finish.
Oh, yeah, it was good. You really couldn't get many runs unless you had help from behind. And even to get help from behind, you really just had to drag the brake. And at that point, the cars in front of you are gone. And there's just not a whole lot of draft strength. Those top two cars, you probably didn't have a shot there on the last lap. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. You hate to run single file. It looks like, we're driving as a team, but realistically, if you pull out a line, you just go straight to the back. So what's the point?
I lost a lot of that interview. I'm so sorry. But I heard the frustration in there. Just difficult to draft, difficult to pass. looking at the points here. Right now, you find yourself third in the standings right now. You are 10 points behind Aaron Edwards in second, 12 points behind Noah Belleville in the lead. And now next week, we go to Montreal, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Gen 4 cars. What do you think? Can we do better than third next week?
It's road racing in a stock car isn't my cup of tea. If I'm racing around a road course, I like to be in something that can handle it. But I mean, we'll figure it out. We always do, and I'm sure I'll be competitive, hopefully.
Congratulations on third. We've got Bandit GT3 coming on Monday. Are you going to come have fun with us Monday night, kick in some GT3 cars?
Yeah, I love the GT3.
Hell yeah.
That's where I thrive, I feel.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll see you Monday night. Let's talk to our silver medalist, Shotgun, Matt Seeger. For those that know, talk about another second place finish here, but really just an unbelievable drive to the end.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say there? I feel like I've done everything right the last two super speedways and find myself not in victory lane. So I don't really know. Obviously, you want to go back and look at it, go back and try and see what you can do different. Obviously giving up the lead off fours, not ideal. I didn't want to make the same mistake I made last time. I got wrecked by Ethan last time I threw a block. And so I didn't throw a block that time because I knew that he was going to hook me if I did. So I didn't. And I just tried to get as far away from the side draft as I could. And yeah, I don't really know there. That sucks, but that seems to be the MO in TNT is always second place.
We're gonna get you that second win one of these days. We're gonna get you that second win. Don't you worry about it. You sit 11th right now, only 5 points outside of the top 10. Montreal next week. Can we get another podium out of you?
We'll see. To be decided if I race Montreal. But thanks to all the partners, real quick. Just appreciate everybody on the Car Unified, Sim Shop Set, Speed Race Factory, Delta Sport, Autoverse. Appreciate everybody that comes out and supports us. And we may be there next week. We'll see.
Hopefully we see you next week. How about Monday night for GT3s? Come have fun with us.
1,000%.
Beautiful. All right, we'll see you Monday night. Let's talk to another guy who I know is going to show up Monday night for our GT3 event. He is once again a Thursday Night Thunder winner with his first victory of the season in round number 3. Hey, Aaron, you didn't mess up this time. You come home a winner by 3/1000ths of a second.
That was definitely an exciting finish. Thanks to Unified Potential and all the partners for coming on. I'm glad we could get them a 1-2-3 finish to all these cars. We're not technically teammates in this series. We do race each other. Like I'm not going to sit there behind them and let Seeger win. But as cool as it would have been to see that 16 victory lane, I got a championship to win over here. So we're going to do everything we can at the bottom line. But man, what an exciting finish! I'm proud of the team putting together a fast race car and bringing it to the track. We're back in the championship hunt.
Not only are you back in the championship hunt, but you've sounded more excited about racing next week at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve than anybody else. The gap is now 2 points. Effectively, we're back to square one. It's game on.
Yeah, old 15's got a little bit of speed at Gilles Villeneuve. Been working on the road course package, so we're going to try and show up, go north of the border, and try and get us another one back to back, hopefully.
And we're going to see you Monday night at Watkins Glen in the GT3.
Yeah, sure, why not?
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Love to hear it. All right, man. Congratulations on that win, my friend. We're going to let you celebrate.
All right. Thank you.
Well, fans at home, that's round 3 in the books. I can't remember the last time we did a broadcast over 90 minutes, but hey, it's the game. Like Matt Seeger says, it's part of it. It's part of racing. As frustrating or elating as your experience might be, that's just how the game works sometimes. Aaron Edwards comes out on top by 3/1000ths of a second unofficially, and we're headed next Thursday night, to the left and the right. It's a street course on the Ile Notre Dame in Montreal. Round 4 of Thursday Night Thunder being sandwiched by Watkins Glen and this track right here. We're going to run the road course here in a week and a half. Bandit GT3 It'll be the first time that we call a GT3 race here on Rick James TV. I'm thrilled. I can't wait. I almost don't want to wait until Monday, right? But we have to. Still, it's so much fun that we get to do this. And thank you again to the folks at Drip Diecast. #1 diecast store online. Check them out on eBay at Check them out on eBay at Drip Diecast. Clearly, it's time to end this. So until that next race, everybody stay safe, take care of each other,